let's get stuff ready. Whew. Which is always super fun because you can like pretend that you're doing unexpected behaviors and they find it hilarious. Now time to play. I'm continuing with I'm feeling very, very lucky to have the group that I do. They're super, super sweet. They are kind. They're so fun. Like they just really enjoy being around each other and having fun. I have some kids that are just really curious and want to share. Kids that are very like engineering based mindset. So it's been a lot of fun. But all in all, I am happy. I'm very hot, very tired, and not looking forward to a long week. Like I'm really not looking forward to a 5-day week. I really wish that every week was a 4-day week, but it's okay. I will survive.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning has so clear a light as any to see the horizon and the far. Excuses.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. If you are new here, my name's Victoria and I am a 7th year 3rd grade teacher in Maine. Thank you for being here. Today, I'm going to do a little day in my life. This is the first time I've done a day in my life. I've always done week in my life, like the other 2 videos that I've made. But this week's going to be crazy. I have open house. I have staff meetings, I have a wedding to go to, all of those things. So I just thought we'd try a day in the life. Please just let me know, like comment down below, tell me if you like day in the lives, if you prefer week in my lives, or if you have any other video suggestions. I would love to hear from you. So my husband dropped my baby off at daycare this morning. I hope you enjoyed our little like morning routine. If you would like to see like a video on our full morning routine where I kind of talk you through it, let me know. I can definitely put that together. But my baby was brought to daycare by my husband, so I'm here a little earlier. I'm here at 7:22. I need to kind of put some of our books away, try and label what I can. I need to make a copy of the slides for today and just get everything in order. I need to email some people back, and I need to work on our Wednesday slides because that's my day that I'm making. So those are my to-do lists. Got a lot to do. And our day today is going to be an exciting day. We're kind of diving in a little bit more into academics. We're going to be in reading. We're kind of talking about just right books, and they're going to pick out some books from some bins. We're not going to open the library quite yet. And they're going to have a chance to kind of test out if the books are just right or not. And then we'll do zones lesson on like expected or unexpected behaviors, which is always super fun because you can like pretend that you're doing unexpected behaviors and they find it hilarious. And then for math, we will do another experimenting or trying math out with math tools. We're going to use base 10 blocks, but we're going to tie in some math a little bit more into it, where they actually like find the total of the structures that they create. And then we are going to do writing, which is the best part of me. So I'm so excited. I know it's going to be a good day. Let's get stuff ready. Whew. Hi everyone, I am home now. As you can tell, I did not have any time, as I'm sure you are used to me hearing me say, after school to film and chat with you, but we had a great day. It was so hot though, like we were all super sweaty, and by the end of the day the kids were definitely having a hard time paying attention, but thankfully we weren't doing any like high stakes work, so it worked out okay. So I'll reflect and kind of share some more about what we did in the classroom and share our slides after this little guy over here, I don't know if you can see him, goes to bed. Right now I am going to just play with him a little bit. We'll go on a walk. I'm gonna make some dinner. I'm thinking tonight's tilapia piccata, and I'll give him like his own version of tilapia piccata. So it'll basically be like tilapia, some pasta, stuff like that. And then, don't mind the noises. Then after that, we will maybe do a bath, depending on how hot and sticky he feels, and then that'll be the night. So now time to play. I will see you all after, and we will chat about how school went.
Sway there in all the colors. Summer love, lonesome dove, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer love. Stop giving back. Honeysuckle, fresh cut grass. I could really use some stuff like that. Talk to me and tell me all that you've seen, all the colors.
Hello everyone. So I just put my baby down. It is 6:58. My husband is off going to fill my car up with gas, bless him. And I am going to just kind of debrief with you about the day so far and show you our slides for the day. And then I might get a few more things done before I end the vlog. So, my day. It was, like I said earlier, a really good day. I'm continuing with I'm feeling very, very lucky to have the group that I do. They're super, super sweet. They are kind. They're so fun. Like, they just really enjoy being around each other and having fun. I have some kids that are just really curious and want to share. Kids that are very like engineering based mindset. So it's been a lot of fun. So we had a really good day, nothing too crazy, like kind of just, like I said, getting into the swing of things a bit. We're dipping our toes into curriculum a bit more and starting to get more and more prepared. I would say the highlight of my day was our expected and unexpected lesson for zones, just because it's always like so fun to show like unexpected behaviors and the kids trying to be like, what are you doing? One of my other coworkers was like, this is my favorite lesson, and I totally agree. So yeah, it was a really fun day. It was a pretty good day to just kind of dip our toes into getting into the curriculum again and getting to like more work, I guess. But all in all, I am happy. I'm very hot, very tired, and not looking forward to a long week. Like, I'm really not looking forward to a 5-day week. I really wish that every week was a 4-day week, but it's okay. I will survive. Like I said at the beginning of the vlog, I have a open house tomorrow, a staff meeting the next day, and then a wedding on Friday. So I'm going to have late nights at work or away, like 3 out of the remaining 4 days left of this work week. And that's not very exciting to me. I'm like very much a homebody, and yeah, that's okay. So let me flip you around, share with you all the slides today that I did, and I'll talk you through things that I might not have gotten through and so on. So let's take a look. All right, so Monday, 9/12/2022. So we did our quote of the day, and we talked about how beauty in this quote, like find the beauty in the world and the world will find beauty in you, can also kind of reference finding the good in things and looking on the bright side. And then we read our morning message. We talked about our schedule of the day, and then we answered this brain teaser. They're still like slowly but surely getting the hang of this. So I'm sure by pretty soon they'll start loving it, but so far there's still kids that are like very perplexed by the concept, which is okay. It takes them some time. So then we went into reading, and our reading lesson today was one of our Lucy lessons, and I'd say probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, it might have even been more than that, we all made lessons for reading and writing like in slides a while ago. So this is a lesson on finding the just right books, and this is what we decided to kick off the unit with. There's other lessons before this, but we go back to those, but it's nice to have them have a lesson about finding just right books before they actually pick out books to read, because then you're like making sure that they at least have a knowledge on that. Not that kids can't just enjoy books that maybe aren't a just right fit, but it's just good knowledge to have ahead of time. So anyways, we did a lesson on this. We talked about, are they familiar with this story, Goldilocks and the Three Bears? And they were. So then we turned and talked and like retold the parts of the Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and then we watched this video just retelling it, and then we talked about what's a lesson we can learn from Goldilocks, and I had them turn and talk and share this. And then I talked about how Goldilocks taught me how to make choices. She didn't just settle for the first thing, she kind of tested her options first. So then the teaching point for the day is to not just pick any old book off the shelf and settle with it, but to test books and think, is this just right for me? And then we talked about what a too hard book would be, what a too easy book would be, and what a just right book would be. And then we played a game. So I read a short passage. I just picked up a book and I read a short passage. And their job was to figure out if the book was too easy, too hard, or just right. And for the first one, I would read it as it was too hard. So I would have a lot of slow reading, not having expression, reading choppily, all of the things that are in this checklist. And then I would have them guess, and then I would say, you got it. And how did they know that I was right, that it was too hard? And we talked about the checklist. And then we did another one, and I did the too easy. And again, I kind of looked through this, and I just based off of the way I read the book, based off of that, I read it a little fast. I read it kind of like I memorized it, stuff like that. And then they told me what they thought. I said, you got it. And then they turned and talked about how they knew. And then we did a just right fit. And they turned and talked and said how they thought that it was just right, or what they thought. Some of them thought that it might have been too hard because there were moments when I stumbled. But anyways, then we shared what we thought, what we came up with, and we discussed what they noticed. And then after that, we just talked about how next time when you select books, don't just settle for any old book. Try and remember that you're in charge of your reading life and pick just right books. And then I had book baskets around at each desk, and they picked some books. I had them pick 5 books in their book baskets and to figure out what those 5 books were. Were they easy, hard, or just right? And once they read through 5 books, and they could kind of pick one of the 5 to stick with. And then we talked about our line expectations. I don't think we actually did this, but this was in the slides. And then we did snack, and then we didn't have library today. I forgot to update this. We had art today. And then after that, I didn't get to this, but our 3rd grade team does superstar punch cards. Basically, they earn a punch for actually I have that in here. They're a way to earn special privileges in our classroom, and they can earn them by following our classroom promises, following the expectations in the classroom and school, doing your job as students, and showing kindness to your classmates and teacher. I really like this, but I also am slowly but surely feeling a little bit more hesitant on rewarding for expected behaviors, just because the more that I read about gentle parenting and all of that, the more that I feel it's not recommended as much. But I haven't come up with a good alternative for the classroom yet, so we're sticking with it, and my whole my team uses it. So we are hoping to share some students come math later in the year, so it was important for us to be consistent. So anyways, I didn't introduce this yet, but I am planning on doing it tomorrow. And then we introduced a few of their punch card rewards. I did make this. If you are interested in any of these reward coupons, let me know. I don't think it's on my TPT, but I can definitely upload them if you're interested. Then we did science. For science, we did the first mystery science lesson that just kind of kicks off what are scientists and how do they know so much. And then we did our zones of regulation lesson, where I read this part, how to be a part of a group. I read all of this and all of these steps while I was skipping around the classroom, laying down, making sounds, looking on the complete opposite end of the room. I wasn't looking at them at all. I was just doing unexpected things. And then I said, is there anything odd about the way that I'm behaving? And then what was I doing wrong? That was wrong, and how did it make you feel? We talked about that. And we talked about how today we're going to learn about expected and unexpected behaviors and how it makes them feel. And then we brainstormed some expected behaviors and some unexpected behaviors. These were not there ahead of time. We typed them as we talked about them. And then we turned and talked and we said, how does it make you feel when you see others do expected behaviors? And how does it make you feel when you see others do unexpected behaviors? And then we read the book, We Don't Eat Our Classmates, which is super, super cute. They always love it. And it's such a good connection to how unexpected versus expected behaviors. So definitely recommend. I read the book myself. And then I didn't do this, but you can talk through when I'm in the blues and in my behaviors unexpected, how others might feel, what might others be thinking, and kind of continue on through that. And the goal was to just kind of think about others' perspectives and remember that your behavior impacts others. Then we do lunch and recess. We had some quiet time. Then for math today, so by the time they came back from recess, they were dripping sweat. They were not very engaged. So I was at that point rethinking how intense and much I was expecting from them because they were just not having it. So then for math, we did exploring math tools and we explored base 10 blocks. And we talked about how you use base 10 blocks if they've used them before, and then what did they learn from math by using them. And then what their main job was to build structures with base 10 blocks. And then I kind of checked in with them on, okay, you have this structure. How much is this structure worth you if we're counting up the base 10 blocks? And then we honestly didn't get to, but you could have shared their work. Then we did writing, where we talked about some examples of some best part of me poems. And here were some brainstorms of what they may have came up with before. And then here was an example from one of my team teachers of what we were going to do today. So they were going to take what their best part of them was, and they're going to describe that best part of me with their 5 senses, and whichever senses made sense. So it's hard to really smell with your eyes, so we didn't include that, but the others we did include. And then we did the best part of me, showed an example of a poem, and then it was off on their merry way to try and think. I told them to try and think of 2 or 3 of their senses that they use connected to their best part of them. I did not expect them to do all of them. And then once they did that, I told them to try and finish up work because other work that we have, because we have open house tomorrow and I have a lot of stuff that's not completely finished from some kids. So I want to hang up as much as I can. And then we didn't get to closing circle because we were finishing up work. So that was our day. Let me flip you back around for a second. Okay, sorry for my long-winded explanation of our day. I hope you find those helpful. Please let me know down below if you find it helpful, me talking through my slides, or if it's just okay, I get it, Victoria. I don't need to know all of the details. So just let me know. I will not be offended if it's a little bit too much. But that's what we did today. Tomorrow and this whole week, we're going to continue to work on building our reading life by just talking about reading norms and building reading stamina. In math, we are going to start building some of our math station SOPs. So we're going to be talking about what are our hands-on expectations, because we do MATH. M is meet with teacher, A is at your seat, T is technology, and H is hands-on. So we're going to do a few lessons that are just kind of engaging our math brains, but they're not high stakes. And we'll practice some of the hands-on expectations with that. And just have some other lessons that aren't really related to hands-on, but just getting our math brains thinking. In writing, we are going to finish up our, write our rough drafts and then finish up our best part of me writing. And then in science, we are going to do a lesson on fruits. I think it's on plants. I'm trying not to get the first lesson and the second lesson confused, but I think that's it. And then we're going to continue doing zones during our go time. So that's a brief overview of our week. Now, I am going to do some of the stuff that I always do before bedtime, which is I kind of like power clean the kitchen. I prep meals for the next day. Like by meals, I mean lunches and anything else like bottles, stuff like that. And then after that, I will vacuum if I remember. And then I was hoping to do some laundry, some folding of laundry today, but I honestly don't feel like it. So we'll see, maybe I'll do that. I'll get some stuff done. I'll try and show you some of what I get done, and then I'll pick you up before the day is done. All right, see you all. All right, everyone, I am going to say that is a wrap on today, this day in my life. Thank you for hanging around. So once I put Hugo down, I cleaned the kitchen. I then realized I filled his bottles. Then I was gonna make his lunches, and I realized I had some stuff that I wanted to prep over the weekend that I didn't make. So then I sucked it up and I prepped they're like apple, coconut, banana, quinoa, like patty circle things. So I made those, and then I packed his lunches. I packed my lunch. For my lunch, I just did like a simple, like adult Lunchable type thing with crackers and cheese and hummus and yogurt and a protein bar and a fruit, just stuff that was easy because I didn't want to take the time to do anything that was hard. I also vacuumed the kitchen. I cleaned up after myself after I made everything, and then I cleaned the playroom. So it has been a full night. That's the thing that I've learned that I really don't like about being an adult is that like once you put your baby down, you can't just be done. You have to like relax, and you can't just relax. Like you have to clean up after yourself. You have to get like food ready for him and so on. I mean, it's fine. It's way worth it, but it's just kind of like one of those like not so fun perks. So now I'm going to take a shower. I'm gonna pump before I go to bed because I'm still not producing as much milk as Hugo is drinking. So I pump one time before I go to bed, and then I'll probably need to use some frozen milk too, which is fine. We're almost to a year mark, which is like exactly how long I wanted to make it, but that is best. So whatever you do, I am proud of you. So that's it. That concludes day in my life. Thank you for hanging around with me. Let me know down below what you thought of this video. It was a little different for me to film, and yeah, I just would love to know what you thought, and if you'd like more of these, or if you prefer the week in my life, or if you have any suggestions for things that you'd maybe like me to do a sit down video for, or just like suggestions that you'd like me to talk about in a week in my life or a day in my life. So I've got all the topics for you there. If you like this video, please give it a like, thumbs up. Comment down below, tell me that you're here, and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can see all the future videos from me. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it more than anything, and have the best day. Bye, everyone.